I'm sure you've heard that calorie counting, calorie restriction, is the way to achieve weight loss, and yet you may have also heard people achieve great results by fasting. Well, in this video, I'm going to offer you a science-based, data-driven answer to which is better for weight loss, fat loss, as well as by how much and why. I'd like to also add that the quote-unquote winner of this comparison does have one drawback that I'll point out at the end as well. Let's get into it. Learn Your Body, a science-based education. This data comes from a study I have linked for you, wherein researchers took 6 people and had them stay in a laboratory for 50 days. In this highly controlled setting, perfect for getting great answers, the researchers put people in a severe calorie deficit, only eating 800 calories, but consumed a mixed meal of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. They consumed that exact diet with no deviations for 10 days. Then, after a period where they were allowed to eat more, called a washout period, they were told to consume nothing but water and non-caloric drinks, as well as a daily multivitamin. This fasting period was also done for 10 days. The participants had their weight and fat mass measured at the beginning of each 10-day period, then again at the end, and had these numbers compared, which we'll cover as well. Now, what did they find? Well, unsurprisingly, the fasting group experienced the greatest levels of weight loss, as well as fat loss. The reason this isn't surprising is because the fasting group technically was in an energy deficit that included an extra 800 calorie deficit over the traditional calorie counting. Now, how much weight and fat did they lose? Well, the calorie-restricted group experienced a weight loss of about 278 grams a day, while the fasting group experienced a whopping 751 grams of weight loss per day. In regard to fat loss, the calorie-counting diet condition experienced 167 grams of fat loss each day, while the fasting condition again ran away with fat loss at 243 grams of fat loss per day. So this all unequivocally points to fasting being the more potent method for weight and fat loss. But fasting does have one drawback, according to this study. The average contribution of body fat to the metabolized nutrients for energy by the cells of the body were only 92% from fat in the fasting condition, while being 97% from fat in the calorie counting condition. This means in the fasting condition, 8% of the fuel of the cells came from other sources, chiefly greater protein breakdown, about double actually, implying a potentially higher muscle loss. However, before we freak out, the absolute contribution was still quite low, at only 6 to 7 grams a day, so it's unlikely to be anything visibly noticeable. This does indicate that consuming some nutrients may slow weight loss and fat loss, but may spare body protein, as it may be better for long-term fat loss, assuming you're willing to wait considerably longer for weight loss. So, in conclusion, water fasting is superior for weight and fat loss if you're looking for a quick way to reduce body weight. Although eating some food, yet still in a calorie deficit, can yield slightly better relative contributions of fat loss to protein loss. And with that, I hope this proved ever informative, and I hope to have the pleasure of speaking with you in the near future. Bye.